Hello, and welcome to another episode of Rate or Roast My Rig, episode 25. And we're just going to jump right into it because we got a lot of roasting to do. And if you feel like sending me your rig, feel free to shoot me over an email. I will link down below in the description. Let's get started. Okay, so this instantly takes me to some kind of suburban neighborhood, and you have a couple of guitars and you really want to make the most of your setup. So you center them and align them so the ends of the guitar stands are centered to the window. Don't think I don't notice that, because I do notice that. You have a little Marshall Code 5, I believe that is. Dece amp, definitely Dece. And you upgraded from that PV that it is now sitting on top of, but you're gonna keep it anyway because more gear is clearly better and more impressive for the chicks that definitely do not come over to this house. But you do have some bright green gaming headphones. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, brother. And then, in case another guitar player is over, you have your Boss Turbo Distortion on display on top of your Razer gaming PC tower. Right next to, I will point out, CDs. Does anyone even play those damn things anymore? I don't know. But you have an Iron Maiden jacket, or a jacket with an Iron Maiden patch and a Led Zeppelin patch above that, and what I assume to be an Iron Maiden flag on the wall. I'm not sure what the hell that is, but I like the Explorer. I like the Sinister Gates Schecter. I'm with it. I mean, I can't hate too bad because it is organized and it is kind of neat. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you 3.5 out of 5 beards. Woo! Look at this thing. All right. Tidy pedal board, check. 7-string LTD with Fishman's, check. EVH 212 with a PV, is that a triple X? Yeah, PV triple X, 5150 on top of a 5150. How sick is that? Clean, concise. It also looks like you're on some kind of tile, which means you're in a restaurant because you probably wash dishes, and maybe you take your whole gear with you to entertain the kitchen. I don't know, but it's a great setup nonetheless. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you a 4 out of 5 beards. This setup is just simple and effective and kind of classy, frankly, if I may say so. You have a Les Paul Melody Maker, this one is basically a junior, and you have a single rectifier Rectiverb combo, and you have a mini tube screamer. That's it. Guitar's on a stand. You have the foot switch out in front. No pedal board needed. I like the setup a lot. I bet it sounds damn good. I'm gonna go ahead and give you a 4 out of 5 beards. All right. I love the white custom Mesa Boogie 212. I like the Kemper. I like the road rack it's in. You even have a Mark of the Unicorn interface on top. You have a whole bunch of crap behind your setup, but it looks like it might be like a rec room or something like that. So that's not unusual. And then you have, what is that, a 7-string Keisel? So automatically, I know for a fact that you buy guitars from a guy that looks like he sells pot out of a 98 Civic. That guitars, I'm not with that guitar at all. Headless guitars aren't really my thing, but overall, your setup is pretty clean. I mean, you could vacuum. And what is that stuff behind? Did you break into someone's house, or are you squatting or something like that? So like you can't afford rent, but you do have a sick setup, which is very guitar-like of you. I'm gonna go ahead and give you 3.5 out of 5 beards. Okay, I can see the scene in my head when you first moved in, wherever you're living, and I'm assuming it's gonna be like, you know, oh, you were mad at mom, so you want to go live with dad, and your dad was like, well, I mean, you can move your stuff in there, but you can't move any of the furniture. I like that dresser, and you were like, okay, I'll make it work. That's what this photo reminds me of. You're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna set up my stuff, and you can't stop me. So you're like, aha, mini MG 412 is gonna go on the end table, and my head is gonna go on my dresser, which is fine because right below that it's gonna be my socks and underwear drawer. And if I'm in the middle of playing and want to put on a pair of socks, I can do that. You know what? This works out great. That's what's happening here. I can't really hate on that. I mean, I just did, but I mean, hate on it anymore. You got some decent guitar, though. Those are all right amps. Yeah, pretty middle of the road, though. I'm gonna give you 3 out of 5 beards. Okay. You probably are really into anime, gaming, and oh yeah, see, I didn't even know those are Xbox games on the shelf. Clearly, what you're not into is throwing things away, because there's literally your wife's belongings on that little bookshelf, that poor bookshelf. Also, why in the hell do you have a poster of just up close of guitars being played? Is that an Epiphone poster? Oh man, I remember that poster. Yeah, I don't know why. I think you're the guy who, from the last video, is probably keeping that guy hostage in the basement. I think this is your setup, and you go and yell at people in the basement to put the lotion in the basket. But when you're not doing that, you come back to your overkill bedroom setup with the 6505 and a Boss processor to change the channels on your amp. But I respect your hustle. So that's kind of where I'm torn. You know what? You may be a murderer and a sociopath, but your setup is actually pretty decent. I'm gonna go ahead and give you a 3.5 out of 5 beards. Okay, I can smell this basement, and it smells like, you know, like when you go into like a Value Village or a Goodwill or a Salvation Army? It smells like that. It smells like old stuff, because you got a bunch of old stuff here. That Yamaha is probably older than I am, real talk, and I'm pretty damn old. Your Yamaha guitar, pretty old. Also, your pedals have tape marking where the foot switches are, which is a common practice to do if you're a gigging guitarist and maybe it's a little dark out and you're trying to see the lights of where your foot need to go. Dog, you put orange tape on an already orange pedal on a Boss DS1 on the end there. What are you doing? Were you that bored? Learn to play your instrument better than to just put tape on everything. Just because he saw a picture of it in a rig rundown doesn't mean you need to do it too, bro. Okay? Your Big Muff's cool, and your Wampler tape echo is cool. Overall, though, it's pretty cluttered. It's pretty messy. I'm gonna go ahead and give you a 3 out of 5 beards. So this is a sequel to the Cubby setup we saw in the last video. These guitars are rich guitars, and they don't have to hide behind a door, but they're still kind of hiding and they're sheltering in place because there's still probably a war going on outside, a tone war, if I may, because they're using a custom combo. I didn't even know those existed. Those are probably garbage. You have a Line 6 combo. You have a giant power strip to power your 2 pedals or 3 pedals, Epiphone, and a ukulele. And also, I'm seeing a reflection in the mirror there. Are you sleeping on pallets? You poor thing. I'm so sorry. Your setup sucks though. I'm gonna give it 2 out of 5 beards. And that does it for this episode of Rate or Roast My Rig. If you would like to send me your own rig to get rated and or roasted, I will leave a email link down below in the description. And with that, Fluff out. Video's over. I hope it was good. I mean, if it wasn't good, I apologize. But if it was good, you're welcome.